Why don't all animals and plants become fossils? Well, to answer that question, we just need to look around us. Now, if I were a plant, like one of the ones on the cliff behind me, or an animal living in that same environment, and I died, they fell down dead for whatever reason on top of the cliffs up there, the most likely thing to happen to me would be that other animals, including insects, but also predators, birds, would come along and eat me. They'd pick apart my remains. Those remains would then become scattered by the weather and very likely sort of fall down the cliff and get washed into the sea. If they become fossilised at all, they certainly wouldn't be fossilised as one complete skeleton altogether. But the chances of them actually being fossilised are pretty slim. Lots of stuff is going on around us. Now, if I turn around and look into the sea and think, okay, what happens to me if I were to die and to fall into this shallow bit of shore here? The same thing is basically going to happen. I'll be pushed and pulled around by the sea. There's going to be fish and other things in the water that come and pick apart my bones and my flesh, unfortunately for me. And I'm going to be knocked about by the tide up and down the beach against the shingle and the rocks here. But if I'm quite far out to sea, quite deep out to sea, then there's a good chance there'll be less action on me from waves. I won't get knocked against the shore and broken apart. But there are still things out there to eat me. So what gives me the best chance of becoming a fossil is either being out to sea and falling really deep into the ocean below the point where there's enough oxygen in the water for predators to exist that can chew me apart, so I can lie on the bottom and then get gently buried, or it's if I go back to this kind of environment on the cliffs and mudslides behind me, if I were to get buried very, very quickly and then the thing that buried me doesn't get bothered, doesn't get broken apart or squeezed or squashed or metamorphosed, then I'm very likely to become a fossil. That gives me my best chance. But as you can imagine, the chances of that happening are very slim, which is why the fossil record, when we look like it, has been referred to as a book or even an encyclopedia with many of the pages missing. Or if you prefer, it's like trying to watch a series box set with only having a few clips of a few episodes to help to try and piece together that full story. So that is why not every creature, not every plant becomes a fossil.